Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Gainesville. I'm Don Necco. I'll be here at the keyboard, and we're pleased to have with us today Reverend Jeanie Ward, as well as our own Reverend Danny Spears. So we have a nice service for you all this morning. We're particularly pleased to see all of you here in the sanctuary, and equally, we're pleased to see all of you who are joining us virtually via Facebook or Zoom or YouTube. So let's get things moving and let's do I See the Loving Spirit, because we know that the loving spirit is in and around us all. So why don't we stand, and here's your intro. I see the loving spirit shining inside. I know the loving spirit, always my guide. I know the loving spirit deep in my heart, helping me find my way. I see the loving spirit shining inside. I know the loving spirit, always my guide. I know the loving spirit deep in my heart, helping me find my spirit moving through us all. Let's change the key and go up. See the loving spirit shining inside. I know the loving spirit, always my guide. I know the loving spirit deep in my heart, helping me find my way, helping me find my way, helping me find my way. Boy, you can feel that, can't you?
Good morning. My name is Darlene. I'm the prayer chaplain for today. The theme for today is patience. And the affirmation I have the time I need for all that I do. Would you repeat that with me, please? I have the time I need for all that I do. If I find myself with more tasks than I have time to do them, I know I need patience, particularly if I run into delays. A detour doubles the time it takes me to get to work. Unexpected phone calls interrupt my routine. A computer glitch causes unforeseen complications. How I respond to the unexpected makes all the difference. So I stop, breathe, and affirm. I have all the time I need to do all that I need to do. I mentally step back and look at my to-do list and reprioritize. I am blessed with a calm mind. All is coming together flawlessly and not falling apart as I wrongly imagined. I relax into spiritual awareness, trusting in God's perfect order. I do what needs to be done, and I'm at peace. And from Philippians 4, verse 13, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Prayer is very important at Unity of Gainesville. We take prayer very seriously here. You can download the app You Pray on your smartphone and send a prayer directly to Silent Unity, where they'll hold it in prayer for 30 days. It's a wonderful app. I use it regularly. You can also use our prayer box. You can send a message to the prayer team through the voicemail at church. We also have a prayer team that's very happy to pray with you. You can leave your prayer either in the church office or leave a message here again in the prayer box. We'll hold it in prayer for 30 days. We'll hold it in prayer for a week and then send it on to Silent Unity, where they will hold it in prayer for 30 days. Following a church service, any prayer chaplain wearing a prayer stole will be more than happy to sit down and pray with you if you have a need. Now, please join me in prayer and take this time to hold in prayer anyone that you may know that needs prayer, either personally or in our congregation. we currently have a prayer chaplain, Ann Hammer, that is ill, and if you would hold her in prayer as well. Thank you. So just take a moment now to go into that sacred space to add the names of the people that need prayer. All prayers, whether spoken or unspoken, are known by the divine. As we release this heartfelt request, we know and affirm that all is in divine order, and we say, thank you, God. Amen.
We all know that prayer involves giving ourselves messages. And so one of the ways we give ourselves messages is to say them out loud and to sing them out loud. So let's do I am free, in English. I am free, am unlimited. Here's your intro. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now.
Thank you, Don. Let's give him a hand. It's always such an honor and joy to co-create with him. And I thank you, Reverend Danny, for all that you're doing here, Darlene, and for all of you showing up this morning. Cindy, Marlon, Gray, all of you that are part of this wonderful community. And for you listening on Facebook, as Don mentioned, YouTube later, all of these wonderful, beautiful souls. We're grateful that you are here. Very thankful. And it's my joy and honor to be back here today. It's been a few weeks, and it was just so delightful driving up here this morning, as it always is. I was very patient. And you know, I'm going to approach patience today from a little different perspective, because typically, like what Darlene read even this morning, we think of patience as something, what, we're running out of, something we don't have, don't even know where to find it. Did I ever have it? Would I know it if it showed up at my door? Probably not. And I was thinking about that, and I went, that's kind of like time. Don't have enough of it. I'm running out of it. I need to find it. Wow. You ever thought about that before? So we think of it in a different way, almost as a commodity. I need to buy some more time. Can I buy some patience? What's that going to cost me? Right? So we can think about it and we can experience it as a human being. So I'm going to invite you this morning to travel with me to a different place. And we're going to kind of go back and forth, because I want to offer patience as divine patience, as an energy, as a presence. Because I don't know about you, but the God of my understanding is very, very patient with me. And I'm thinking, wow, sometimes it takes a lot of patience in my human experience. I'm thinking, okay, Jeanie, what are we going to do with that? I think perhaps you've run out of patience So it calls us to look at patience through a different lens. So we can look at it through our divine eyes, through a divine understanding, and know that everything is what? Unfolding in divine order. We hear that a lot. In divine timing, we hear that also. But in your human self, you might be thinking or looking at it going, you've got to be kidding me. This could not possibly be unfolding in divine timing. And that's when our human mind, our conditioning, the world out there, whatever it is, you can throw ego in there, that humanity, that part of us looks at it differently. And when we're doing that, we find that what? We're feeling emotions oftentimes of what? Frustration, irritation. We could probably have a lot of Asians in there, right? Agitation. I mean, we could make a list. And when we can learn to have appreciation and celebration, all right, for this awesome energy that to me is beyond our human understanding. And I wanted to start off with a quote. I wasn't sure where I was going to use this quote this morning. It was offered to me by a wonderful friend who just happened to walk in here a little while ago. And so I wanted to offer this because I have several quotes today, but this one was delightful. It's by David Allen, G. Allen. Patience is the calm acceptance that things can happen in a different order than the one you have in mind. Did you notice a few key words in there? A different order than the one you have in mind. That's what I was just saying a minute ago. In my human mind, I probably have a totally different idea of how this particular thing or event or whatever it is should unfold. But patience is, it's a funny thing. I was laughing about it, putting this talk together actually, because I was like, wow, patience. Oh, it's a power. And then I thought about Reverend Danny's talk last week about superheroes. And I didn't have a cape. I couldn't get one together fast enough for this talk, you know, and I was going to walk in with my superpower patient cape on. Because when we access divine patience, immediately we're going to see and experience the world differently. As Danny mentioned last week about superheroes and the superpowers. And I don't know how many of you heard us talk, but it was so wonderful. I mean, anything about superheroes and, you know, all that stuff, I'm going to be all over. But it was a great talk. And I liked when he said, sometimes we acquire certain attributes or qualities. Sometimes they're inherent. As in, he mentioned, I think of Superman was one, I think of Kal-El and immediately, or like Wonder Woman, these powers. Or for us, we go, wow, does that mean I'm being what? Like, oh, look at me, I'm so powerful because I am God? I remember the first time I heard that in Unity, we are not just a vehicle, a vessel for God to express through, but we are the creation, that divine expression of God, its very self. And I remember being chastised early on when I said, well, okay, you can feel my uncomfortableness. I am God. Whew. I don't know. And I go, God, are you sure? You know? And people would say, well, who do you think you are, Jeanie? Saying you are God. And I go, I don't mean it in that way. And I go, and then I didn't have my own understanding. I wasn't more mature, I guess, in my spiritual growth to know that they're not going to be able to understand it where they are, because I'm still struggling over here to understand that concept. So we can acquire patience. And often, if we did a survey this morning, and I said to you, when have there been times in your life when you feel like perhaps you have a little more patience? And you'd say, what? Perhaps because you went through a challenging time. Perhaps you went through something that had you in a place in your human journey to where you really didn't know what to do because you couldn't force it and push it and make something happen. Like what's been going on in the world forever, but especially the last several years. I remember hearing, well, when are things going to return to normal? Good luck with that. Right? And so what does that invite you to do? You are a creative being, if that's something you believe. So in any moment, you get to create your own experience. And say, perhaps this is an opportunity for growth, for cultivating, for strengthening, or maybe even discovering a muscle of patience. Oh, I can create my own. Maybe it would be in my heart. Because when I live from my heart, that's a very different place than living from my head. And you can take it even further and say the heart brain, for those of you who are very aware now of Heart Math Institute and all of the wonderful research about the neurites and neurons in the, I think it's 40K in there, something like that. And this brain up here, and typically the heart is thought of as the female, the feminine brain. This is the masculine brain. So we have the intuitiveness, we have the gentleness, we have the logic, we have the practicality. And when you can live from that place, patience doesn't seem like it's out of reach, because there is a presence, as we know in what? Omnipresence, right? So if you look at yourself and you think of yourself and you embrace yourself as a divine creation of God, whatever you call God, creation, life, divine intelligence, you're going to see yourself and experience yourself. And other people, other experiences in life will also be very different to you, because what? It's kind of like prayer doesn't change anything out there. Prayer changes you. Patience, same thing. To me, it's like this wonderful balm, this wonderful, like I said, energy. And I think of patience as a portal where we can access an awareness that we simply, I believe anyway, cannot access and know through our human experience solely. To me, it's an integration of both of those. So that quote about you will be able to experience things and see them in a different unfolding than the one you have in mind. It really speaks to that very, very much. And this superpower that you can cultivate through those acquired experiences and challenging times can be the very thing that can help you. It can nourish you. It can empower you when life out there is too much to bear. Simple things. You go to the doctor's office and your appointment is at what, 11 o'clock? Here it is 11:30, 11:45. Well, you're in the right place, because if you have a heart attack or you get, pissed off, they can help you, right? So you're right where you need to be, right? Well, how about, I remember when, I had a mammogram years ago, and then I had to go get another one because they thought there was something suspicious. And you're like waiting, well, when are they going to let me know something, right? At that point in time in my life, it was like, okay, it'll be whatever it is. But not everybody experiences that. We're like sitting there with bated breath, like, I've got to know, I've got to know. Or sitting in what? Traffic. Oh, isn't that a toughie? I know Don's over here rolling his eyes, right? Divine traffic. This traffic is not flowing divinely. It's stuck. It is so stuck. In fact, this morning I was traveling 75 south from Marietta, and I saw the sign above, and it said 2 lanes or 3 lanes blocked, going to 285. And I thought, it's all good. That's not going to be in my lane. I've got this. I'm patient in advance. I know it's going to flow. And it was, thank you. It was easy peasy. Awana's shaking her head, but you probably came the same way. Yes. I was like, got through that one. And I thought, hey, you know what? If traffic is backed up, it'll give me more information to share in my talk, right? So we can come together, can we not? In those moments of our impatience. And we can say, this is a choice. Is it not? How many of you feel that patience is a choice? Some are not so sure, like, I don't know. When are you more able to access patience? Aside from maybe your connection with God or knowing that you can have the enduring, steadfast patience of the saints, right? You can have that. But otherwise, in our human experience, do you find maybe you have the ability, the capacity to be a little more patient if what? You're nourished, right? And I mean that in every way. Physically, yes. With rest, okay. Also by the people you surround yourself with. Do you feel like sometimes you have just been sucked dry? And there's no criticism there. It's just, our awareness of certain things can have that effect on us. So we can go, okay, my self-care is essential for me to have my reservoir, if you will, of patience be more on at least a half a tank, like a half a tank of gas. What happens when you drive by? I had to throw this in here. I just had this vision. You're driving somewhere and you see somebody with a gas can and they're walking to their car that's been abandoned or stranded on the highway. And I often think, did they not know they were running out of gas? Were they in a hurry to get somewhere and thought, I'll fill it up later? Don't we do that? I can't be bothered right now. I've got to hurry up and get over here because you know what? In our world of instant gratification and of got to happen now, got to happen now, got to happen now, we can get so caught up in that we're just spinning and then we're exhausted. So we can create this any way we want. And back to Reverend Danny's talk, right now, I invite you and I encourage you to look at your, call it a practice of patience. It's not practicing, embodiment. Look at how you are embodying patience. That's what I'm going to invite you to do. Because in the world out there right now, as Reverend Danny mentioned, we need superheroes. We need people to show up and to shine their light, to be like the lighthouse in the night for people who are really struggling, who've totally run out of patience and are acting out of a consciousness that is beyond impatience. It's hurtful and it's unkind. And it's coming from that place of whatever you want to call it, fear. We talk about fear and love and all of that, but it's coming from a place to me, which I see as a total place of separation. Okay? Separation. Because if I was a Tesla, I don't need to go to the gas station, do I? But what do I still need to do? Charge up. Exactly. Even a Tesla has to get charged up and plugged in. So when you're feeling separate, or disconnected? What do you do right now in your life? Can you think of one thing that you do right now? And I will say that you do so that you can be, not doing patience, but being patience. Very different. Because sometimes, I know I've said it before, and maybe you have too, I don't do patience very well. But as I've learned to embody it, to allow that divinity in me to open up, to expand, to nourish me and uplift me, I'm able to look at everything out here very differently. I'm able to have a better relationship with myself so that I can begin there with being patient with myself. Because as I am with me, that's how I will also be with you. Except sometimes I have a tendency to treat other people better than I treat myself. Anybody else familiar with that one? So isn't it fun having a spiritual being, having a human journey, right? Because, you know, my understanding, my philosophy on this is spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, wants to know and experience itself in all of its many, what? Manifestations, creations, outpicturings, realizations, as each and every one of you, when you look at the whole picture, oneness. That's pretty awesome, I think. And I think we are very blessed and privileged to have that opportunity to say, when we wake up in the morning, God, what do you want to do today? Let me know. Because I am the very expression of all that you are. I want to have some joy and fun in the midst of all the other stuff that sometimes isn't quite so pleasant. And God's like, okay, you just gave me the green light. So every day you can create it so that you're nourished. You're just, like the Tesla plugged in. You're like, wow. Oh, my charge is up. I can do this. Sorry, not using the mic. I can do this easily. Come back here, microphone. Yes. Without this power, right? You can't hear me. Anyway, I digress. So a higher consciousness, the Christ consciousness, so that we can live from a very different place. Not the linear 3D world in which, yeah, we're living here as these beings, but we can experience it differently. That's like hitting the lottery to me. I don't know about you all, but it certainly is to me. I want to share a few other quotes with you. Well, a couple other things first. Often we hear patience is considered a virtue, right? And if you don't have any, does it mean you're not virtuous? I mean, I don't know, does it? But patience is considered a virtue because the Greek meaning of the word virtue is of moral excellence and goodness. Okay? So when you get back into understanding and experiencing the energy of patience, you really do get to see how rich it is and the value of it, and that you can access it, be it anytime you want. It's again, it's not something you can buy, as I mentioned earlier. So put your money away because it's costing you. I promise you, it's costing you. And you need to have it in order to navigate this world. Earlier, I mentioned patience of the saints. Revelations 14:12, it says, "Here are they that keep on. Here are they that do not give up. Here are they that are ready to work or to wait and still keep their faith." I just got God bumps reading that to you. We're talking about patience as something more than how we think of it typically, to where it's something that endures so that we can endure, that we are steadfast in it, that we can go through the good times and the not so good times, all the times, and remain connected, plugged in, no matter what. Kind of like a superhero, unless you have kryptonite and you're Superman, right? So pay attention to areas in your life, thoughts in your head, whatever is in your heart that might resemble kryptonite to you. What is your kryptonite? What is it that weakens you? Perhaps it's not anything out there. Perhaps it's you forgetting who you are and giving your power away. And you're giving it away and you have no idea what's being done with it. Get more God bumps again. Thank you. Pay attention. Because for you to not just do, because that's in the action, yes, but to be all that you were created to be, the superhero that you are, whether you know it or not. We need to have a superhero meeting, I think, round everybody up so we can all look at each other and we can say, or we can ask, so what's your name? What's your name? Tell me who you are. What's your superpower? And we can all get really, really clear in this collectiveness so that all of these powers, when we come together, like here at Unity of Gainesville and all that you're creating, you know, I pray that one day I'm going to affirm it. I'm not going to pray for it, not for it. I'm praying, affirming, knowing one day I'm going to drive up here and I'm going to look at the church and go, I'm telling you, it's levitating. All right? That's what I'm going to know for you guys. So that energy, you can experience it and know it, and you're floating on faith. You're floating on that foundation because what? You have come together. You have named it. You've called it out in each other. And you've challenged each other to what? Use it. What do they say? Use it or lose it? Yeah? You better believe it. Oh my goodness, I get so cranked up with this stuff, I could just take off like, okay, a couple more things, and that's it. All right. I like you being so patient with me this morning. Thank you. I kind of veer off every now and then, but I do come back. So it's all. What I wanted to say to you, Winnie the Pooh author, A.A. Milne, rivers know this. There is no hurry. We shall get there someday. So if you got to know when that day is, you might want to let it go, because the other pieces of patience are faith and trust that all is in divine order, that all is unfolding perfectly. And I will say, sometimes it would irritate me. Sometimes it still does, but I'm much better with it. Say, oh, it's all in divine order. It's all working out like it's supposed to. Be very clear when you say that to somebody, the place you're coming from, okay? because that is used. And I know years ago, I don't even need to get in the whole story. Things were going on in my life and people go, well, gosh, Jeanie, I don't know what you're thinking about. Know what's going on with you. All is well, but not in your life. And I go, okay, well, thank you for sharing, because I'm like, that was part of my growth early on. Trust me, I jumped in feet first, head first. Here, I want to be a full-fledged Unitech. Let me sign up for Unity. Holy moly. But to be able to go, okay, when I say all is well, all is in divine order, am I meaning it flippantly, dismissing? Because there's a difference in saying it and acknowledging, I know that something is happening. Even for the COVID stuff that went on, still whatever, doesn't matter. That's my point. It doesn't matter. It's whatever it is. I'm not going to deny that stuff, oh, that's an illusion. That's not really happening. But in my divine mind, I can see through the illusion. I can see past it and know that underneath it all, through it all, above and around, but what? At least for me anyway, this is what I choose to believe, that all is truly in divine order, unfolding as it is meant to. And yes, I have free will and I have choice. You better believe it. And as I spoke a few months ago, I can be an active participant in my life, or I can sit on the sidelines and say, hey, I'm not going to play anymore. Oh, well. So you get to decide to be that river that's flowing unhurriedly. And before I close, the acorn wanted me to bring you a message. So what do you think of when I say acorn? Little bitty thing, right? If that acorn knew what it was going to be, ultimately, if it's nourished properly, do you think it would still want to be an acorn? Or maybe a willow, like, hurry up and grow, would you? Let's get to that place. Perhaps. So wherever you are in your journey, whether you are an acorn, growing, maturing slowly in your way, honor all of the others. Honor the oak trees, the acorns, the seeds that all have their own timing, divine timing to come to fruition. Patience is active. It is not passive. Make sure you know that one too. Okay? Take a breath with me right now, and our dear friend Don is going to begin to lead us some music, and I will lead us in a meditation in just a couple minutes. So I invite you now just to be right where you are. Perhaps you feel like closing your eyes, leaving them open, a soft gaze, whatever feels right for you. Just allow yourself to be right here, right now. As you hear the beautiful piano in the background, notice your breath. That divine breath of the Most High. patiently breathing you. Inviting you to flow with that divine breath. Like that river, your breath is flowing through you into this amazing physical creation, your human body. Allow the power of that breath to relax your muscles. To melt away any tension, any stress, whatever may be there that you are ready to release. Not even trying to make it happen, just allowing, opening more fully that magical breath. Powerfully, patiently flowing in, around, and through you. Reminding you that you are the very expression of life, of love, God. Magnificent, beyond space and time. You are stardust, celestial, so much more than your human mind can ever comprehend. So on your next breath, allow yourself to become one with divine mind, to experience your sacred self from this place, from this space of grace, divinity, serenity. Allow gratitude to flow through you now, affirming, I am patience. I am patience. I am patience. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for the patience that I am. And so it is.
You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God.
And I leave you with this quote. Maybe that's why life is so precious. No rewind or fast forward, just patience and faith. And so it is.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Reverend Jeanie. It is always a joy to have you with us, both of you. It's always a joy to have both of you with us. Next week, let's see. Okay. Next week, we have Don back with us at the keyboards, and I will be in the pulpit next week, actually, for the next several weeks. We're going to be talking about the C word. Dun, dun, dun. And you will learn what that is next week. Okay. So we encourage you to return for that. And if you're tuning in with us, come back. We would certainly love to have you. Now, during her talk, Reverend Jeanie said something about buying patience. And she says, put your money away. This is the time of the service where you pull your money out. Okay. We love you. We love your positive energy. We certainly love your prayers. And there's, like I say, stuff we do around here, which does cost money. So now is that time. There are multiple ways that you can give. They're all on the screen there. And of course, we have our basket up front. And in a few minutes, when Don plays music, if you want to bring your money forward and put it in the basket, we certainly invite you to do that. If you give electronically, we have these little hearts up here. Some people come up, you see them grab a heart and hold it to their heart. That's their way of saying, I'm a constant, consistent giver through electronic means. So if you want to do that, that is wonderful. We invite you to do that as well. So now, visualizing and holding your gifts over your hearts, let us set our intention. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I choose to give and all that I'm open to receive. I give in love and receive in abundance. Thank you, God. I am so blessed.
Be a voice for kindness. Open your heart wide. Take the time to listen. Speak from inside. Be a voice of reason. Love will lead the way. Be a voice for kindness in everything you say. Open your heart. Love knows the way. Treat all with kindness in all you say. Be a voice for patience everywhere you are. Be a ray of sunshine. Be a shining star. Be someone who listens, heals a troubled heart. Be a voice for kindness. Let the healing start. Open your heart. Love knows the way. Speak holy kindness in all you say. Be a voice of reason, standing from the crowd. Speak only kindness, let the healing start. Be a voice for kindness.
Go. And thanks everyone. Pardon me. Dr. Reverend Danny, thank you. And Darlene, Marlon, Joe, everyone here. And Reverend Jeanie Ward. Got patience? Yahweh, Abba, Ema. Sweet spirit of hope, faith, and patience within, providing passion that we discover our purpose to live from our divine nature. This is seen in these abundant sacred ties and gifts. Thank you. We are free. We are unlimited. We put on our superpower patience cape and awaken that in divine timing, things can happen in a different order than what we had in mind. We choose being patients, including with ourselves. Then the green light for joy and fun is on. No kryptonite of forgetting who we are. We will get there. The acorn wisdom knows we are the face of God. Love leads the way. So, is time or patience something we can buy more of? Sometimes, rarely, never. Often we affirm, for our hearts know it's easy peasy. Self-care, it's a choice. I am patience. Avoid kryptonite, plug in, and charge up. Ashe.
Thank you, Dr. Rick, as always, for your words of wisdom. Always a joy. Okay, so we'd like to offer a welcome, a very special welcome to any people who are with us for the first time. So if you're with us for the first time, either out in virtual world or in the sanctuary this morning, if you're in the sanctuary, we don't want to embarrass you, make you sing or dance or anything, but if you hold up your hand, we would love to give you a welcome packet. Anyone? Thank you. And there we go. Joe, on. And we have someone right here, Joe. Anyone else? Okay. Good. Well, welcome. Welcome to you. We are glad you are here. Okay. So we've got quite a few announcements this morning, so please bear with me. One for which we do not have a slide, grounds beautification. This Saturday, September the 3rd, from 9-ish to 12-ish. Okay, note the ish. Terry Kelly, if Terry will raise your hand. Terry's kind of our grounds and beautification liaison. And, you know, some of us come and do things during the week when we get a chance. And we're reaching that time of the year where we need to get some more stuff done in preparation for fall. Terry's got to have a list, right? Or just lead and direct traffic. So if you want to know more about that, and if you can show up and help out, we'd love to see you. Terry will give you any information you need. Okay. Finding Yourself in Transition book study on Wednesday evenings, starting September the 7th. If you would like to join us here at the church or on Zoom, we're going to be having a book study, Finding Yourself in Transition. It's 6 weeks, except September the 21st. I'll be out of town then, so we're going to skip that. But you can show up here, tune in on Zoom, okay? And it's from 6-ish to 7-ish, all right? So the books are in the bookstore, and if you need more information, just ask me. Annual church picnic, okay? Annual church picnic is coming up very soon, 2 weeks, September the 10th at Don Carter State Park. We have volunteer sign-up sheets in the back. Thank you so much to everybody who's signed up. We've had a great response. You can arrive as soon as 11 o'clock. Lunch is at 1, and I don't know when it ends because this is going to be my first picnic. They've got some games coming up. There is one called Name That Baby, okay? So if you have baby pictures of yourself, send them to Cindy Boxer. Raise your hand. That's Cindy. You can talk to her after church. She can give you contact information, or if you go on our website and look under our board of directors, our contact information is there. And then we can try to match the baby to, the person. Okay. It should be a fun little game. Again, see Cindy for more information. Okay. What's now? Oh, interested in membership. We're probably going to have a membership class. We have those different times of the year. I held my first virtual membership class with someone who's interested in possibly joining the church. And I want to hold something in person. So if you're interested in that, we have an application form and we ask you to fill that out. And then I schedule a class. So if you're interested, just see me after church. Okay, I think that is it. If you have any questions about anything I just said, there is our contact information, website, church phone. See me after service. If I don't know the answer, I will point you in the right direction. All right. I think that's it. Let's stand as we are comfortable doing so for the prayer of protection. And as I say, let's say it loud and say it proud. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is and all is well.
Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Now peace begins with me, and this is a moment now. With every step I take, now this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Okay. As we leave this place today, repeat after me. I am beautiful. I am beloved. I am blessed. And I am patient. And so it is. Go in peace.